Hey guys, Warren here from The Little Adventurers and welcome back to another video. So we're excited to be part of this process. So as you can see, it's very similar to most of the other 270-degree awnings on the market. We've got a full wraparound design. There's a latch on the other side we'll show you guys in just a minute. And in terms of dimensions, you're looking at about 2 meters on the car, 2 meters off the car, and these sides are 2 meters. You've also got 2.3 here and 2.3 here. So for us on the Troopy, opening up these rear doors, we're actually fully covered. So actually really good size for the Troopy. And in terms of its length, it actually fits the rooftop tent really well as well. So installing the 270-degree awning was a little slight challenge for us. We actually don't have a roof rack on the car. The rooftop tent is actually sitting on sports rails, so you can't actually attach anything off those. But we're lucky enough to have had an awning previously installed on the rooftop tent, and there was some bracketing left over on the actual rooftop tent. By some miracle chance, the bracketing had options for the channels on the OPENROAD awning. So we actually had the right spacing on the bracketing and the channels. So for us, it was simply just a matter of removing our old awning and reattaching the OPENROAD awning. So we were very, very lucky. If you're not lucky enough to have some bracketing already installed on your vehicle, like we were, OPENROAD guys have thought of everything. So they supply you with 3 of these L brackets. They're really robust, and the other thing I like about them is there's a lot of channel options. So if you've got a roof rack that's a flat style roof rack like a Pioneer, or if you've got you know, the security screen style roof racks, pretty much anything really these are going to attach to. So you may be some drilling and stuff like that in the process, but you've got a lot of options, which is really, really good. They also supply you with an absolutely massive bag of different bolts and space savers. There's a lot of washers and nuts, and there's so many options. They actually give you a lot, which is awesome, because I always find, like, sometimes in installation processes, you know, if you strip a nut or you wreck a bolt in the install, you've got to hope that you've got a spare. So these guys are great, and they also give you some options there to protect your rack, so you can place these pads underneath your brackets and things like that to stop some of the vibration and to also protect your rack in the install process. Really good. Look, honestly, so install for us was actually really simple. Like I said, we took the old awning off, bolted the new one on, voila, we're done. So install was really simple. And I would say that's probably one of the simplest installs we've done on the car so far. So features of the awning, very, very simple. I mean, it's a really nice, simple design. The bag itself is like a black PVC and wraps to the awning quite tightly. There's pros and cons to that. I love the streamlined look of a bag that fits the product perfectly, but sometimes I've found as I'm trying to open the bag up, it does catch on the arms and stuff. So you've just got to make sure it's tucked right out of the way. And if it's a little bit windy, sometimes it's hard to do that. So I have found that I've kind of got used to that over time, but it's a nice, you know, well-fitted black PVC bag. So it looks really, really swish on the car. And I love that low profile look. I find when I'm looking at cars on the road, if they've got some massive, ugly, massive bag hanging off the side of their 4B, it just, I don't know, it just sort of wrecks the aesthetics. So from an aesthetic point of view, it looks amazing, and it's a nice tight bag, so it seems like it's really sturdy and rigid. So we'll see how it fares over the coming months. In terms of other small features, so each of these sides actually have zippered options for walls. We're going to go through our wall kit for this in a separate video because we actually have 4 side walls for the awning to completely encase it, and they're fantastic. We'll go through that in another video, but you do have zippers running along each section. Inside the awning, we've actually got drop down arms on every single pole. So you can actually completely prop the awning up, and if it's really windy, you could prop the awning up and have the have some guidelines coming out. It would make it really, really sturdy. I also just want to mention that off the middle of each of the canvas arms here, and off the edge of each arm, you've got an eyelet that you can attach your guidelines for as well. Especially the ones in the middle are handy to have because you want to be able to pull it down so that the water will run off. One other little nice little feature, guys, is this little arm that pops up at the top of the tent here. It just keeps the canvas taut. And I suppose as well is if there's some rain, it creates a little bit of angle for runoff. It's only small, but I think it sort of adds a nice aesthetic to the awning, like it makes it look a little bit tighter. Another really interesting little feature, which I'm on the fence about at the moment, but I might get used to it over time, is as you fold the awning back in, the very rear bracket arm is on a swinging hinge. So what you have to do is, as you fold the awning back in, you have to make sure that that final hinge is pushed forward. But I found that if I didn't push that hinge forward slightly, which is quite easy to do, you just push it with your hand. If I didn't push that hinge forward, the rear of the bag won't sit over the top of the awning correctly, and you might feel like you've done something majorly wrong when you're packing it up, and I did. So yeah, so just that rear arm just has to be pushed forward. But yeah, I think that design feature helps the awning have its compact and sleek appearance when it's zipped up, and it makes it very compact. But look, it keeps the package itself really slim. So yeah, pros and cons to that little feature. I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd use this feature as much as we have done, because we run a lot of red lighting in our camp setup. Just doesn't attract bugs very much. But in these 3 arms that come out, you've actually got lighting inbuilt into each arm, which is an awesome feature. All you got to do is take the little plugs that you get given. They just attach in to each arm, really simple. And then what you want to do is grab yourself like a USB power pack. So once you've popped that in, you then use these little touch options for each one. That's great. So I really like that. The orange was really nice at camp the other week. We actually had George's swag under here with the walls up. It was quite dark inside. So we ran the orange lights in there, and they really didn't attract bugs very much. But you've actually got plenty of lighting options. You've got a white light as well. And then you've got another option to sort of break up the orange and the white. So you've actually got a lot of lighting options there. And you just got to scroll through them to turn them off. It's really, really simple, and it's worked really, really well. So I actually think it's a design feature that more awnings should incorporate, because I feel like lighting under a dark awning is one of those things that you miss at camp. We had a great little trip recently up to Mount Augustus to really test the awning out. And look, honestly, it was really easy to pop out when we just wanted to stop and have a quick lunch break. It was really easy to pack back up. Great to use sort of like for like sunset drinks and things like that when you just wanted a little bit of coverage for that last little bit of sun. We're really keen to use it through summer and give it a really good test. But I think if you're after a sleek design with all of the fruit at an affordable option. I think you can't go past these guys. They're really doing a great setup. Thanks so much for watching this video. Looking forward to punching out a whole bunch of great videos over summer for you guys. So give us a like, subscribe, throw a comment down below if you've got a 270-degree awning or you're in the market for one, and we'll answer any questions. Thanks.